But I want to tell you something. If you don't help people see that you're the one that can help them get the result, then they're going to go to someone that they feel can, right? It's building that know, like, and trust. And building credibility online for you and your business right now is crucial. Do you ever wonder how to position yourself as an expert on camera? Let's first talk about why it's important, right? With the millions and billions of views of video every day and the very short attention span most people have when it comes to videos, the number one way to make sure your videos are being seen and that you're building your brand is to establish authority. But as a female entrepreneur, we deal with a lot of head trash when it comes to positioning ourselves as an expert. We deal with imposter syndrome. We feel like we don't belong. We can't claim expertise because we don't know enough. Like, society has really conditioned us to stay small and to not show up boastful or proud. You know, most men don't have a problem doing that. But I want to tell you something. If you don't help people see that you're the one that can help them get the result, then they're going to go to someone that they feel can, right? It's building that know, like, and trust. And building credibility online for you and your business right now is crucial. I mean, I gotta say that again. It is crucial because without it, there's really no reason why someone would buy from you over someone else. So in this video, I wanna share just a few tips and things for you to consider when it comes to positioning yourself as an expert. Like, I always laugh when it comes to America's Best Tires. Like, who told them you should be America's Best Tires? They did. They're like, that's a great name. And although it's masculine, I know, like, why as women can't we say America's Best? I'm America's Best Expert. I'm America's Best Financial Planner. I'm America's Best Realtor. I'm, you know, my local community's best this. You know, we have to crown ourselves experts because let me tell you, no one's going to do it for you. No one is going to give you the scepter and the crown and tell you you're worthy. So you have to really look at yourself. You need to look at your experience, your credentials, what you've been through, what you've overcome. And my question for you is, do you know more than the person you're trying to serve? Do you know more? I'm going to guess the question is yes. See, you don't have to be a PhD, a valedictorian, a best in class to be an expert. You need to be someone that knows more than the person you're speaking to. And I want you to think about when you're making decisions around your health, your finances, your big purchases. I guarantee you, when you see someone as an expert in their industry, you're more inclined to work with them. You're more inclined to spend more, right? And the same thing goes in the service industry. So how as women do we put on that cloak of expertise? The first thing, again, is to go back to being the guide in your business. This isn't about you being the hero. You don't need to be like, oh my gosh, I'm amazing, look at me, right? I have all these accolades. But as someone who has been on camera for over 3 decades, for someone that has been an entrepreneur for over 23 years, I know that I can help you get the result when it comes to growing your business, being visible, and helping you use video to make the impact you feel called to make. See, I just positioned myself. I did it in a way that wasn't boastful or wasn't look at me, but in a way of helping you see that I can guide you. I can be the guide that helps you get up the mountain to where you want to go. So I want you to really think about, how am I the guide? And by the way, the guide needs to know the territory, right? You're not going to take someone on a journey that you've never been on. I know there's a lot of that out there though, isn't it? Right? So we're not selling a map. And I need you to claim, hey, I know enough. I know enough to be an expert for someone else. You might not be an expert for everyone. And that comes down to knowing that right fit client. Who am I serving? And where in their eyes do I have a level of expertise that they need? See, it starts to feel good, right? That you're being of service. If I need to make a decision on who I'm going to choose to work with, how can you help me identify that you're the right guide for me? Right? So it's not about being an imposter. It's not about being braggadocious, bragga something. I'm just making up words now, right? But it's about really owning your experience, owning your credentials and not waiting for someone to validate you. Look, you can wait till the end of days for someone to validate your worth, for someone to validate your expertise. But at the end of the day, until you recognize and say, you know what, I'm okay calling myself an expert, you will always be further back than you want to be. So I want you today to say, okay, all right, Keri, I'm going to do this. I'm going to place that crown on my head. I'm going to crown myself the expert. I'm going to be the guide, not the hero. And when it comes to your videos, we help our clients put together a positioning statement. What does this mean? It's what I just did. 3 decades of being on camera, 23 years as an entrepreneur. You might have served, hundreds of people. You might be your top realtor in your industry. You might be one of the best people, or you might specialize in, I think of like dentistry. What sort of dentistry do you specialize in? See, this is where your level of expertise gets drilled down and you become a category of one. Between your experience, your credentials, and what you do, there's no one like you. There will never be anyone like you. So as women, we need to show up as the leaders that we are. We need to be willing to claim ourselves an expert, because that is going to help more people choose to work with you. So a little exercise I want you to do is I want you to think about, what makes me an expert? Is it your credentials? Is it your degrees, your awards? Is it your life experience? Is it the things you've gone through? How many people have you served? What type of results do you get for people? What have you done in your life where you look back and go, wow, I did that, right? And we make a positioning statement. Again, that's extracting 2 to 3 things that you would say in your videos that people can go, okay, I'm going to move forward. For example, real quick, we have an incredible client that owns a med spa. She was a practicing surgeon for almost 2 decades. So when it comes to positioning herself, she's one of the only surgeons that actually run and own a med spa, right? So even though she's new in the med spa space, the fact that she was a surgeon for almost 2 decades instantly elevates her to an expert in her industry. So hopefully this is making sense for you. You don't need to be an expert in what you're doing right now, but you need to have the experience and credentials to guide someone to the result that they want. You can do this. So I want to hear from you. How do you feel about claiming expert in your industry, crowning yourself that expert? Please share your comments. Let's be vulnerable. Let's really break this glass ceiling. Let's get over the imposter syndrome. Let's claim our worth, and let's go help get people the result that only you can get them. Thank you so much for being with me today. It always means so much to me. I love hearing from you. So post your comments and join us where all the free goodies are at, and that's inspiredliving.tv. We have so many free resources, and you can join the IL Insiders, which gives you content each and every week that is designed just for you. So as always, remember to keep dreaming it, living it, and being it. Until next time.